Hi, so this is a game on 2 handicap where black won by time, but actually black was winning on the board even after losing the lower right group. And in fact, black missed an opportunity to kill the left side in the middle game, so he could have won bigger. But this was a game where actually black managed to get away unpunished from the beginning. So he kept the advantage pretty much throughout the whole game. It was really difficult for white to come back, it seems. So let's dive into it. 2 handicap 10q against 12q. Usually when this pincer is played in an even game, it's good for white to take the shimari in the top left. Being a handicap game, white should think about the double approach. The Josekis can be more complicated, but the most simple one against the double kakari is to play the attach in the top, then white will hane, black cuts, always cut where you can cut, attach in the corner, black goes for the top stone, and white leaves in the corner. So when this happens, the Joseki ends center for black, then black will approach the top left corner right away. Then after Joseki, white can go down and play one Atari on the outside just to have access to the middle. So like this, once this exchange is played in the center, it's quite difficult for black to hope for a moyo in the middle later on. So this would be one option. When playing the shimari, usually black defends back at r14 or plays an extension to the top. Now when this happens, white goes in the corner, then black will separate. So black goes for the top side, while white simply takes the corner. This is another basic pattern. So white decided to jump in the corner right away. If this Sansan is played immediately, black can separate, but the actual move was block on the right side, which is wrong direction in this case. Separating would be nice and natural. So black has two options to connect here, either solid, which used to be the old school move, or connect under like this. This is the move encouraged by AI. And then white jumps out. Either way, this is white's move. He goes out of the corner. And now black extends, approaches the corner, plays a kakari, either low or high. So black usually finishes the Joseki instante in the top right, going for the outside, and then attacks right away. Now if this happens, black is quite happy with the development in the top, setting up a nice moyo in this area. So that's why black should block, separate at q17 instead of blocking r16. Usually the block at r16 is played when black has a middle side extension at q10. So let's suppose white has a shimari here, then black has q10, white approaches, now black plays the pincer. So in this position, black can choose whether to block r16 or q17, and in this case it feels really good to block the right side, because having the extension in the middle of the side, black can go for a moyo in this direction. So back to the game. Black blocked the wrong way. Now if the same Joseki happens, and in this case white doesn't have to push up, it's good enough to defend at 018. Now black will play Keima to finish up the formation, connect his stones. But in this case, white can just split the right side. So there is no middle side extension. Therefore, the direction of play for black is wrong in this case, because now his wall is hitting into the white stone. So it's going to be pretty useless. Pushing shows fighting spirit, but this is the kind of move that's often played when black already has the extension at q10. So the basic one and the most common play is to go down, because this kind of move prevents the push and cut, and also blocks the p18 option for black, so it guards against several moves there. Now black pushes, then cuts on the outside. The Joseki is usually inside cut, then Atari from the outside, Hane, Atari again, and then connect against the cutting points, either like this or like this. But once again, this Joseki is played when black already has a stone at Q10. Otherwise it feels a bit strange to make the wall and then white jumps in the middle. So black gets over concentrated and it's difficult to use that thickness. So black decided to cut on the outside. It's good for white to capture that stone. And black goes for the corner. Now this reverts into the double Hane Joseki. It's just that after the Joseki, black has a stone at M17, which usually it's played somewhere else. I mean, this stone shouldn't be here if you play this direct Sun-Sun invasion. Let's go back to this. So if we have Sun-Sun, then Hane and double Hane, Atari connect capture. And now when white pushes here, black is not going to play M17. Black can play whatever he wants, for example, approach this corner. So this feels okay for white in the actual game. Now, instead of playing the shoulder hit, white can go out first and then play a Hane in Sente. Usually black defends either solid or Kosumi, but this Kosumi leaves Q19 in the endgame for white, so many times when this happens in Yose, black is forced to capture the 3 stones. So S15 looks like a waste in that case. Another option for white is to Hane right away. Then black will capture and then either pincer the top or play a cap move to get rid of the Kataji at 015. Or also shoulder hit like it happened in the game. But white is strong enough in the top, so nothing to worry about. Now black pushes out. Instead of Hane in the head of 2 stones here, once again, white can play the Hane in Sente, threatening to escape with R17, or go down and then Hane, so like this there are more forcing moves later in the game, and then go back to L17. This is threatening to connect under or surround and kill the 2 stones. Well, there will be 3 after black goes down. So if this happens, white can just Hane like this. And on this move, just cut. So white can fight pretty well here. If black tries to go out, this will happen and black will never be able to cut in the top after the P15 exchange. So when black plays here, white just captures. Therefore, black can collapse in this fight. And another option for black is to go down once again, and when black comes out, white will connect. So like this, black it's heavy and gotta run, white links up, and if black goes down, white can Hane and cut, and this way white wins the semi. In fact, white doesn't even need that move. White can play away, because if something like this happens and black plays Atari and tries to capture the top stones, he still doesn't have time. Well, there's a ladder here, and also, okay, let's say we have this kind of follow-up. White can still play Atari from the outside, so white is faster in the capturing race. So this was the first critical moment of the game, and white could solve the problem quite easy by playing Descent, Hane, and then go back to L17 to create MI between connecting under or Hane to surround the group. Therefore, white played the Hane right away, then black is going out. This Hane, it's a bit risky, so once again go down, Hane like this in Sente, and then Nobi to get ahead, and black should jump. Black could already jump out here to be 1 step ahead. Then again, get rid of the Agi and pull back. And now black can approach the corner. So black fixed the top, white has a wall in the center. It's quite reasonable, but this cut hurts white, so h17 was an overplay and it got punished. Now before playing other moves, white can play one Atari to use the 2 dead stones in the top. So this forcing move might help in the middle later on. And on the right side, white doesn't have to go s14 right away. I mean, right now, if you look all over the board, there are bigger places to go. For example, attack one of the corners, like this or like this. Or invade the Suns, or simply split the bottom. It's also pretty important to defend the c16 stone, so a 2-space jump here would be safe in this case, because now black already has a wall in the top and that gives a lot of thickness towards the top left corner. Well, this kind of Tetsuji is nice to play when black is quite strong on the right side and that's the only way to invade, but now there's a lot of space on the right side, so white can invade the middle like this and still extend one way or the other. So it's really not so urgent to play that kind of tactic, but it's good to see that even around double-digit Q level, players are aware of this move because they want to use the extend here and connect one way or the other. So if black doesn't protect, black can also protect with a Kosumitsuke. Let's say black plays away here, white can come out and then capture 2 stones in the corner, or if black tries to be more ambitious, white connects and everything dies. I mean, the corner is dead and the group on the outside is on the run. This would be pretty good for white. So white extends for a base, that's a nice move. Black can think about, oops, that's a misclick, r7 in order to prepare the invasion around s12. So when this happens, white might jump out to secure this right side. And then it's very big to play Nobi, threatening to cut at L15 and also prevent the forcing move. And after that, attack the top left corner and make a base here. So if you look all over the board, white has got a tiny corner in the top left and then a little bit of potential in the top area around here. And black has developed quite fast all over the board. So black has the first chance to win this game. This is good directional play. Well, the pincer looks like he's going to serve as a ladder breaker when black cuts at L15. But white should defend with more fighting spirit. Atari here, jump out, and then put pressure. So like this, the cut is not a problem. Black will probably go for a base on the left side. So white should never worry about this cut. The ladder goes in the right direction. I mean, white has this stone, so no way out for black. This was a little bit too slow just to connect the cutting point. So black covers, this is good. Now the way for white to use the edge of c6 is to wedge. If white wants to play something in the corner right away. Black has 2 options, either attack like this and pull back and allow white leave in the corner this way, then extend to the middle of the side, which is fine. So white takes the corner, black goes for the outside. Another option would be to hane, connect, then white needs to play b7 to stay alive, and again black extends to the middle of the side. If black protects like this or like this, white can still invade the bottom area, so now the wall is a bit meaningless. But if black extends this way, even if white uses the nose Tetsuji to separate the stones in the wall, black can fight. So like this, black will build the bottom and also chase in the middle. So I decided to jump in the corner right away. And another option here, it's Atari, go out, then black can push again. White will cut and extend. Now black has to capture one stone in a ladder. I mean, if this happens, white goes down and comes out on the other direction. So black will capture this stone, white turns, black takes the corner, then white extends on the bottom side. So this way, white discards the stones on the side to become thick on the outside and go for the middle area. So these are the possibilities. And of course, when wedging here and Atarian go out, ladders are involved. So for example, if black simply connects, white can start the ladder that goes to the top. So black needs to Atari and connect under. And now it's very big for both sides to catch the point of f3. Well, black again keeps the corner points and white goes for some outside influence, but here black will extend in front of the wall, so it's still a fine result for black overall. So in this case, white should actually consider to split the middle of the bottom. And now black attacks from this side. If white approaches the corner, black can cover and go for c6. Then white can slide again, but black will play away. This would be an easy way. Also, if splitting here and black approaches like this, white can extend to m3, which is a little bit annoying for the o4 group. Then if black extends to the right, white starts moving in the corner. And if black plays here, white can attack from the other side too. And now the two stones in the corner are pretty thin all of a sudden. Gotta defend or jump into the middle. So white decided to go in the corner, black plays the key point, and white goes for c4. It's better to push right away and keep the idea of c6 for later, because c6 can go out to c7 and then try to connect under. Then if black plays this kind of gamma, white can attach on the second line or bump, and in this case use the hane and pull back. So white lives in the corner and s6 can still run out. This is an easier way to live in the corner. Another option would be to play gamma on the second line or one space jump. Now on the one space jump, black can think about cutting points, for example this one, and then take the corner back, and white needs to extend. But it's still fine, because when white approaches at c10, he can activate the edge of c6. So if something like this happens, later on white can push and hane, and this way white can live on the left side. So this means when white approaches here, at some point black needs to protect once again to get rid of the c6 agi. Well, not immediately, but eventually. Playing like this feels a bit crude. It's very good for black to go down now. The c6 stone will not go out. So white decided to jump. The turn is fine. Turn once and then came on the second line. So this will live. Quite a comfortable life in the corner. On the jump, black can push and cut, so this happened. Before capturing the stone, white should play Atari. This is a good exchange now, and then take the stone. And now black will also capture the two stones. But playing the Atari gives black a pretty heavy shape in this area, and now extend all the way to the middle. Well, white still got the chance to play Atari, but no more agi in the corner. Yeah, this is good. And the extension to L3 is fine too. It seems a bit further, but it's safe. Normally it's good enough to play k3 to prevent the invasions, but being a handicap game, white has to overplay a bit to catch up for the difference. Black should go further, like r8, threatening the invasion. So here white will probably jump out and then attack the top left. This was very polite, I would say, or a little bit slow to defend the corner like this. Now white can slide o2, and in this case black will just protect the corner. So we can see again that if r6 it's r7 or r8, black can build more on the right side. And white can also think about p2 invasion in this case. If black protects the corner, white goes up and then jumps back to connect to l3. And if black wants to separate with o2, white can go up and then jump in the corner and leave like this. It's another possibility to use s3. And if this happens, again, white is alive locally. It's gonna be a small life, but it's good enough because white destroys all this corner, like 20 points roughly. So it's good to remember the p2 or the o2 slide. Both are good. The idea with this o2 is that it's easy to stay connected to l3, but when playing p2, this creates a mi between connecting back or going into the corner. So white decides to protect the top left. That's also big. Extending here, it's a bit slow. So for black right now, it's big to put some pressure on the right side, for example, like this, in order to come into the center. Then it's also big to come to get the Nobi, so it prevents white's Atari and then can put some pressure on the top group. And it's also very big to protect that entry, so the corner is quite safe now. And this move prepares the invasion on the bottom, so white will probably jump out. Then black can think about some jump in the middle to reduce the bottom area. So black extended just one space jump here, and white protects the corner again. Well, white can play Atari once and then Shimari like this. Or in order to be safer, just d17. But white shouldn't worry about that area right now. Slide and reduce the bottom instead. So now black captures. Black doesn't need to capture. Those two stones have only two liberties, so. And if black wants to expand his eye space, he should block here. Or simply come out. Playing like this feels over concentrated and it's like saying pass more or less. Yeah, this jump is nice to increase the middle. But still, slide first and then expand. The attach is a little bit too aggressive and no need. Black can play a move like this to reduce. White will usually connect under and then jump out. So white's area on the bottom got diminished a lot. Nice idea to invade the Sansan here. Well, normally it's good enough to play Hane, and if black pulls back, now and m3 looks like a waste, and then try some Sansan evasion. Or approach once and think about the corner next. Now, when playing this Sansan, white can get a ko. So for example here white can push first. If black blocks with a tiger mount, then Hane and play the 2-2 point, and this will lead to a ko fight. Another way for white would be to play the Kosumi. Now if black plays in the corner Hane to reduce the space, white can jump first, threatening to connect under. Then if here black separates, white can block. Now Atari, connect, and connect on the right side, because if black covers here, white can capture one stone and leaves very comfortable in the corner. It's not even ko. And in this position, again, white can go down, and this is alive, because it can form 4 in line. So there was a way for white to use that Sansanaji and damage the corner. Well, playing like this, black can kill most of the corner. Kosumi would be another option, and on the attach, 2 point, and then again fight the core to survive. And if black connects here, white can already leave like this. Twice without core anymore. Unconditional life. So white jumps, then black covers, and black can actually capture more by playing here. Let's see if white can make enough space. Yeah, still not. Okay, black played the safe way. Han is good. Then cut. And here white has to capture right away. And then black connects, and now white can play away to expand the bottom area. Going out like this, black connects, and then white needs another move to protect. In the comment, white is asking why not playing away, but when black plays Atari here, white goes out and then black captures one stone. Black is not trying to escape from the net to put himself in Atari. So if this happens, it's more damage on the bottom. Therefore, white needs another move here. And if white goes out, black has Atari under and everything is center here. So white should capture immediately. Then when black connects, white doesn't need to waste another move at N3. N4, sorry. So now black is trying to invade the right side. Well, here white can connect under. And if black cuts like this, white has the counter Atari and Atari again. And this will usually result into a co-fight. Well, in this case black can connect. White connects and black will crawl. That's quite painful for black overall. This will be a nice moyo for white in the middle, so white clearly gains building this for giving up 5 points on the right side. And if black wants to fight the core, usually just Atari here, then white takes. Now black needs a big core threat, probably something on the left side, take back. If white connects, black can just connect. So now black connects on the right side, but again, white has got a pretty nice potential in the middle. Now moving on with the actual game, black went for the center. Pushing again is no need, should just bump, because this bump connects the right side against the cut, so the ladder works here. Playing here, black can think about Hane and go up in the center now. Either catch the stones on the right or go for the stones in the middle. There's a problem here. This kind of fight. Now that was actually an overplay by black or an oversight. White played Atari from the outside, but white can play the nose, the cut, and then nose Tetsuji and capture the 2 stones. If they go to the left, there is no room to escape, very few liberties, and going on the right, black is also trapped, so just Atari. White missed a combination to connect right away, so Atari and nose Tetsuji. Now white has to come back and protect, and black can push again, but it works to block here. If black cuts, white can make nice shape on the right side. When black no B, again connect with good shape, so this fight is fine. Black has to run in the middle, white can bump. This bump is good to make I shape and then creates the wedge to squeeze under, so black either protects here or like this or like this. Because if black takes away the base coming from the right, white will do the wedge, Atari under, Atari again, and already there is a lot of space to build dice. So black just ended up over concentrated. So in this case, block is natural. And if black cuts here, white can cut and fight. Again, white has the wedge, and all this squeeze. Then there's a lot of space on the right side to make twice, and now I can just play in the middle to increase the moyo. So back to the game. Well, white decided it's easier to give up the 3 stones, but instead of the trumpet connection, white should connect solid, because anyway there is no problem if black cuts like this. The ladder will come in the good direction. Playing this hanging connection leaves a peep, so white needs to protect, and then the shape is bad, and like this is much easier for black to get into the middle. But when playing the solid connection, if black would go p9, white doesn't no b to make the empty triangle, but hane instead, so the shape is much better. Oh, black went down. That's a slack move, and it wasn't needed. Jumping here is not enough. Should play the attach, threatening to escape from d7, and then keima, or yeah, if keima and black pushes, white can no b and fight. So this way white can build more in the center. Just to jump around here, it's going to be a small center area. So let's suppose black jumps like this, trying to reduce the bottom, then jump around here, and all of a sudden black can hope for some points here and also limits the expansion of white center. Black jumped a little bit deep. In this case, white can again try to use the edge of c6 and then find a way to separate that stone. For example, a cap move and then keima. And if black jumps in this direction, white can also separate the stones from the bottom area. And now if those black stones die inside, white builds a lot in this area. And they look like there is no way to make twice. So jump. Here white should try to separate them, so attach, then no b, and then cut. This way black can just attach and he connects his groups. So white didn't gain so much. And playing like this is not going to be easy to catch up. Now here white got a little bit ambitious to come out. In fact, white should play Atari and then extend to the top in order to go for the 2 stones in the middle. And it's still difficult. Well, like this, white can catch the 2 stones, but if black tries to resist, it's gonna be hard to capture them. Yeah, black can connect to the right, but at least white doesn't lose any stone. Now in the actual game, black came out, and here this is all forced. And after white goes down, black can just connect in the middle, because the group on the left side has only 1 eye. So if this happens, there is no way to make twice, and white dies completely, which means black got a lot of territory there, and there's no compensation for white. So black didn't need to block, connect on the outside. Now white cuts, and black needs more liberties to fight this semi-eye. So in this position, black should consume in the middle, trying to save the stones. Then white will cover, going for the semi-eye with the left side. But here, let's see who's got more liberties. So black plays the key point, white goes down, black connects, and there are only 2 liberties. So if this happens, black wins the semi-eye. And again, white is captured. So at this stage, white can resign the game. Luckily for white, black answered on the left. Actually here, this is a better move locally. And then white has the no strategy to save his group. So this was a breather for white. Black should play keima here, threatening the corner, then jump out to connect his stones. Like this, white can connect with the keima. And then when black plays here and here, no problem in the corner. Connecting like that, black can still play this kind of move and connect. and then white needs more moves to stay safe in the corner. So push through, then white ignores. That's a good decision. Gamma like this would be nicer to expand the bottom. Then white is trying to use the Diagi in the middle and separate those stones. Okay, black connected for now. Here black should Hane. There is no problem if white pushes again at q5. Atari go down. White can protect. It's enough space in the corner to make twice. Even if black tries moves like this, nothing to worry about. There's more than 16 square in the corner. Playing like this, black can capture one stone, so white is giving up points. Anyway, the corner is still safe. White doesn't need this move. But what else to play? Attach here. It's not so big. Anyway, playing here doesn't increase the territory much. Black should continue with a Hane and stay connected. Then push in the middle, Incente. And now black has a pretty solid lead. So empty triangle instead. Then another empty triangle. Black should play this kind of move, or peep, threatening the right side. Well, playing these empties backfired, and now black got separated. This is a pretty nice tesuji for white, and then cut the stones in the middle. But even so, black is slightly ahead, so now white has to live on the right side. And instead of playing this move, white should just connect to make enough space for two eyes. Also, the key point here at S8, it's an option. Oh, sorry. So here's another dangerous situation for white, because on the right side, black can play S8 and then go up. And this is only one eye for white, no way to leave. So normally, white needs a move on the right, but then black can cut and capture 3 stones. Luckily, white survived. Then black tries desperately to use the Agi here. Well, there's not much to do. That's pretty much it. But black is still slightly ahead. So black cuts, he dies big inside, and then he's still okay on territory. Yeah, this semi it's okay for white. Good to take the liberties from the outside. And now instead of playing away, white can make the eye, because when black goes down, white connects and there is no way for black to approach. When black plays here, it's self-Atari. Therefore, white doesn't need to play more moves inside. But even so, white can block, then Atari. But now white lost on time. Actually, if this happens, black wins by 7.5. So this was a really difficult game for white from the beginning, because of the top fight. Instead of punishing black early, black got away with the overplay, and white didn't manage to come back. And also, black could catch the group on the left side to win bigger. Hope you enjoyed this review and learn a lot. See you next time.